Okay, happy Sunday, everybody. Welcome to the weekly Go Rush weekly watch list. Excuse me. As your boy Huey 212. Hope you guys have had a great weekend. Always important to spend some time away from the market. I see some ticker requests. I see Verizon. I see Visa. I see BTU and X. X we're definitely gonna touch on. I see Mastercard, so we're definitely gonna touch on those. So I'll just get right into it. So we're looking at the SP SPY. We're looking at SPY. On the left-hand side, you have the weekly chart. And on the right-hand side, you have the daily chart. Let me go ahead and clear. Let me just remove all my drawings. All right, so what we had on SPY last week. So last week was a little interesting. There was a lot going on last week. I believe it was an OPEX. Last week was an OPEX. Meaning options expiration, third Friday of every month, major expiration. And if you, am I seeing this correctly? Hold on, I gotta zoom in on this a little bit more. Now, we were getting killed. Oh, actually, this is the monthly. Wow, even better. Okay, so as you can see, we got killed on the month of September. There was a major pullback. Although I will say, the S&P has been keeping trend since the beginning of this year. It's been making higher highs every single month since the beginning of this year. So there's January, there's February, March, April, May, June, July, August, September. It's just getting really tight up here. Now, what I love about and look, a brand new all-time high, even all the way up here in October. So what I love about this is we're staying within trend, but more than that, I love the fact that we put in a new low in October. Let me just zoom into a little bit more so we can see it very clearly. We put in a new low at the beginning of October, and we bounced out of that low, and we came all the way to bullish engulfing, and we engulfed all of September and August price action. So this is a very bullish sign. I read something about how the odd years, so 2021, all the odd years, Octobers are usually super strong. Like some of that stuff is really just bullshit, to be honest with you, but this is very bullish. I say that to say this is extremely bullish. It looks like we might be coming down to test some of these levels here. Some of these levels, just this area here for support. We might come down and test this level right here for support before we work our way up. Now, who knows? You know how it is. There's always a catalyst. There's always some news or something that always kind of ruins the run. If we look over to the right on the daily chart, we see that there was a couple of bounces off the 50. We broke underneath and tested it and found resistance and fell. And then kind of just, I think the 100 day is around here somewhere. Actually, let me go ahead and turn it on so we can see it. And I don't want to spend way too much time on this. So I'm just going to very quickly put the 100 day on and move to the next one. So yeah, it consolidated around the 100 day and bounced and just gapped, right? So, and we put in a new all-time high. Now we sold off a little bit on Friday based on OPEX. I'm hoping that we can stay just within this area. To be honest with you, if we were to stay in this range right here, just trade within this range right here, I'll be very happy because it'll give time for the 50 to catch up to it. So I'm very bullish on SPY. I think that October seems to be bullish. November, we're going to go insane. December, we're going to go insane. So let's watch the momentum kind of slow down. If you look at where my pointer is, let's watch the momentum just slow down a little bit. Let it find support in this area, and then we can go long if we haven't already. So that's SPY. Let's look at QQQ. And if this is your first time with me, forgive any noise in the background. I live in New York City. It's very loud over here. Let me remove all drawings. All right. So the Qs have not put in, the Qs haven't done the same thing that S&P did. So the Qs put in a lower low, but hasn't made the higher high yet. Now, if we look at this candle right here, this candle engulfed this candle here in July. We found support way down here and bounced. And so we still have the rest of the month. We still have another, few days. Actually, it's not that much. Just about a week. We have just about a week. So pretty much this trading week to try to make a new high, right? It hasn't performed the same way as SPY does. But tech is tech, all eyes on tech usually. I love the fact that it's above the 50-day over here on the daily chart. We found support and consolidated around the 100-day, just like S&P. We're losing momentum now. So let's look for consolidation. If you see that tech is consolidating anywhere in this area here, which is where the previous resistance is and also where the 50-day is, then that's a good sign. I don't expect there to be any news or anything really, even like Facebook rebranding or whatever, or like their breach of privacy, anything that they do, there's nothing that they're going to do that's going to bring us down below this 50-day, especially not in October, November, December. So I see a trend line here, so I'm going to go ahead and draw it. I see that. So let's just watch out for that trend line. Really, it's going to be a fight between the trend line and whatever support that we find over here. So let's just keep our eyes on that. All right, I'm going to get into your guys' requests real quick before I jump into my watch list. So switch it up a little bit. So the first one that I see is Visa. We change this over to a weekly. So Visa now BT, I love your analysis on these things. So I want you to either jump on this microphone right now and tell us what you see on Visa, or if you don't feel comfortable doing that, then you can go ahead and drop an analysis in the watch list channel. If you want to talk here, then just let me know in the chat and I'll unmute you. Visa is interesting. What I love about Visa, what I'm loving about this chart right here is this. All these, the 4 candles, yeah, all these buyers, 4 weeks worth of buyers, 4 weeks worth of buying pressure right at this level, right? It'll come down, they just scoop it right back up. It comes down, they scoop it right back up. And I mean, look how volatile it's been. It's gapped and it comes down, sells off, gaps comes down, that's crazy. This is insane. Now, so I like the buying pressure. I'm gonna go ahead and change this box to a different color. And I'm gonna introduce a range. Okay, I'm gonna unmute you real quick. Hang on. Okay. What up, BT?
Can you hear me?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, cool. What I liked about Visa was that large bullish engulfing candle on the weekly.
This one here?
Uh-huh. And it's followed by all those bullish pins.
Mm-hmm.
The only thing that makes me nervous about Visa is the earnings. I don't know how it's going to react to that one.
So they have earnings, was it tomorrow?
Tomorrow, yeah.
Yeah, so they have earnings tomorrow. So, yeah, I mean,
it's like this consolidating. It looks like really good. Like on the daily, it has that that hammer followed by that bullish neutral candle, and then the TTM is squeezing. RSI looks good, and MACD is curving upwards. Like I really like Visa right now.
Yeah, it's showing all the positive signs of momentum, even in this consolidation. It's showing that it wants to move up. So that's, and then this weekly, all this buying pressure is like, as you mentioned, amazing, especially after this massive buy right here on this week.
Right.
And then it tried to sell off, and they said no, we want it up here. So that's very nice. So now one thing I do see, which is scary to me, is a flagpole right here. You know, so there's a potential bear flag here, although if it would have fell, I feel like it would have dropped already one of these 2 weeks here.
Right.
You know, and then now this seems like it's a very strong level for it to break right here. What is this? 233.85, so like 234. The debt, oh, hold on, because I'm on 100-day. Let me switch this up. Let me switch this back. This is a beautiful chart, by the way. Let's see, it switches back to the 200. Okay. Did it do it? Yeah. Okay, cool. So there's a potential death cross brewing, but I see the 50 curving. And so that death cross might be just totally out of the way. So that's nice. We broke down and jumped back up the 200-day a bunch of times. It looks like this just wants to trade above the 200-day. It doesn't seem like it wants to stay underneath it. Right. This is a 50 on a weekly, and, you know, obviously super positive reaction. What else do you see?
On the daily is above the 200. The only thing I think that it's going to pull back down to the 200 and then go.
Yeah.
That's my honest opinion.
Yeah. So if this were a natural price action without without a catalyst such as earnings, then I agree. I think it would come down to see this level here at the 50 and maybe the bottom of this triangle again, or over here back to the 200, just like you said. Earnings as a catalyst can send this in any direction it wants, and it's going to do it fast. You know,
Well,
really,
maybe I'll play it both ways or something, see what it does in the morning.
yeah. I mean, we really gotta we gotta wait and see. Hold on, let me. I just want to see something real quick. Sorry for the ambulance. All right, hold on. I want to share something with you guys. New share. Hang on. Is it this one? Yeah, okay. All right. Can you guys see my Discord screen?
Yeah.
Okay. All right, cool. So looking at, where are we? 1029. All right, so there's a bunch of OI on the 1029, obviously. Even the 1119. I would say 1119 is probably the expiration that they're looking to capture earnings with, because in case it goes an opposite direction, then you're not getting killed by IV. You still have time for the play to recover, right? So I would say 1119. Now, 62% of the open interest is bullish, and as of Friday's price action, 55% were calls versus 44% puts. Relatively low volume here. They were really trading the weeklies, the dailies, and the 0 day and the weeklies for next week. But look at how bullish they were on it, right? They were super bullish on it. So I think there's a bullish bias here. Yeah, no, Corey, I'm not. I'm just showing there's an OI for Visa, OI command for Visa, so you shouldn't really be seeing anything else. And if you can't see that, then hold on. If you can't see it, then it's in the server, guys. You can just check out basically I'm looking at the expiration 1119, all the open interest, most of it is bullish. So yeah, I mean, I like it. I'm gonna stay away from it because I got killed on earnings season. Except for like TSM paid for me, but Intel didn't pay for me. So, and American Airlines didn't pay for me. So I'm gonna go ahead and take this off my screen. But that's a nice chart. That's a very nice chart. If you have anything additional to add, I would go ahead and just put it in the watch list channel for us to keep our eyes on.
Okay.
The next one that you have is BTU. So I'm gonna go ahead and put that on my screen. This is an energy company.
Coal mining company, yeah.
Got it. Okay. Well, I like the weekly. Let's see.
Oh, I know why I was looking at this one. Okay, so on TradingView, right, when I pull up the weekly, it has the 200 above the candles, right? Like it's the resistance. But then when I pull it up on Webull, it has the 200 under it.
On the weekly?
Yeah.
Interesting. Hold on, let me go to let me see if FinViz has the weekly BTU. And guys, I use FinViz as a amazing resource. Go ahead. I'm sorry, I interrupted you.
I'm using the EMA.
Okay, that's what it is. That's what it is. So this is an SMA. The EMAs factor in they give more weight to the recent price action. So EMAs move a little bit faster than SMAs. And so, yeah, your EMA is gonna be a little bit tighter down to this, which is why it's underneath it. It probably crossed. Where did it cross? Did it cross like down here somewhere?
I only see your Discord screen, not your charts.
Hold on. Sorry about that. Okay. Did it cross? Can you see my charts?
Yeah.
Okay, cool. All right. So it looks like it might have crossed down around $9 or $10. What do you see on Webull?
Right around. right around 13.
Oh, okay, so right here. So it's acting as support on
Right,
Webull and is acting
right,
as resistance on TradingView.
right. So
Yeah.
that's why I wanted to know about that one, because I was looking at it, but I got a little confused.
Yeah, the SMAs move a little bit faster, so they'll play the price action a little bit tighter. I like to use SMAs, excuse me, the EMAs move faster and they play price action tighter. I like to use EMAs on smaller time frames like the 8, the 9, maybe the 21, but never anything above, personally, never anything above the 21.
Okay.
Um, that's just a personal thing. And the reason why is because like the 50 and the 200 are some of the ones that the entire, like all of Twitter, all of FinTwit, everyone on Stock Twits, whatever, Reddit, they all use the 50 SMA and the 200 SMA. So when there's a reaction, when price reaches those certain points, there's typically going to be a reaction. And if you have the EMA versus an SMA, you're not really going to catch it. Just because like 1,000 people see an SMA, a 200 SMA bounce, so they're gonna buy it. So all 1,000 people are just gonna buy it. It's like a kind of a self-fulfilling prophecy at
Got
that
you.
point. But yeah, just be careful with EMAs and SMAs. But SMAs are EMAs are super powerful, especially for shorter terms. Now, while we're looking at it, I like the channel that it's in on the weekly. I like this consolidation and bounce. I mean, it did it twice. It consolidated, it bounced, consolidated, bounce. It looks like an inverse head and shoulders, actually. Shoulder, head, shoulder, and bounce. Now that this 200 weekly has formed, it's going to act as resistance. Um, this looks like a supply zone right here. Let's see. So I'm going to go ahead and now with energy, I haven't looked at how money's been flowing in and out of sectors. I'm kind of blind right now, but energy's been on a rip, and I have a feeling it's going to continue to rip, especially with inflation, especially with obviously global warming. The winters are going to get colder, and so I'm hoping that that reflects in the prices of the energy. It looks like a cup and handle. I mean, it's not, the handle came down kind of far, so I wouldn't really call it that. Looks like a double bottom. Let's see. Yeah, just one here, double bottom. I like that it's basing here, although it still hasn't really made a decision. It's kind of put two dojis back to back. If it breaks down, I don't see it breaking down, especially since it's at the bottom of the channel. It's underneath the 50. If it continues to break down, then I can see maybe it'll find support around this area at 1259. If it doesn't find support there, then let's look for support at right over here, right around 1155. Support and resistance here. If it does bounce, let's look for some resistance at the 50-day. And then after that, we're going to look for some resistance where the previous resistance is. How are the chains on this? Are they pretty liquid? Have you taken a look at them?
I haven't. I think I got stuck on the 200 EMA being different on the programs.
Okay. Well, let's see if maybe there's an opportunity. Let's look at the chains on this. I'll post what I see in the server. I'm not going to pull up my Thinkorswim right now.
Okay.
But yeah, this is, I mean, I like the chart and its energy. It's nice. It's a nice price point, which means and it moves. So we can get a nice move out of this. We can get like a 4 or 5 day or 2 week swing or something like that out of this. So I'll look for some place for this. It's not bad.
Okay.
The next one that I have is for you is X. So let me clear. I have all kinds of stuff on this. Okay. So I have the weekly on the left, the daily on the right. All right. So on the daily X is, I'll let you give the analysis actually.
Oh, that's cool. So for X, I really like it actually. So on the daily, it almost looks like an inverse head and shoulders to me, but it's kind of like the right side is kind of a little bit low. So I didn't know if it was considered that. And on the weekly, it's a bullish engulfing candle.
Mm-hmm.
the last day's candle, hold on, let me pull it up. I think it had like a higher high. Yeah, it had a higher high and a higher low on the daily candle. What else do I have? The volume was increasing.
Let me put my volume
And I
on.
also had that it was sitting on the 200 as support on the daily.
Yeah, you might have let's see, go back to my moving averages. Yeah, this is my 200 right here. Is it?
Hang
Let me
on,
make sure.
I'll find it better.
Yeah, that's my 200 there. So you might have, it might be an EMA thing.
Yeah, I'm thinking it is.
It might be
I'll,
EMA
I'll
thing.
take the I'll do the estimates on the 200s and the 100s.
Yeah,
That changes it.
I mean, it's not bad. I mean, if it works for you and you've been finding plays based on that, then keep it. One thing I will say though, it's not finding, it's according to the estimate, it's a resistance point, but it's already been there, you know, once, and then I would count this as twice, and this is the third time that it's going to try to test that moving at that 200 moving average, and then once it breaks above that moving average, it has that little gap to fill right there. So I mean, stocks like to trade above the 200. Stocks like to trade above the 200, and so this looks like it wants to make its way above it. Now, will it do it? Who knows? Let's see. Yeah. I'm gonna go ahead and put the volume profile back on because I saw Corey mention something about a volume shelf. Yeah, and then if you look at it, you know, it's above the biggest shelf, kind of acted as a support for it. It's above the next biggest shelf, and there's a small gap into, you know, the gap that we saw in price action is a gap in volume. It's the same thing, right? And then above the top of that gap, there's some skies. So I like it a lot. Good eyes. I like it a lot. Let me see. Is there anything else that you see on this BT?
No, nothing else that I caught.
Yeah, I like the inverse. It is I would call this an inverse head and shoulders because even though it's kind of leaning a little bit, but yeah, it's clean. And let me see, that's the shoulder. And right now it's also finding, it looks like it wants to be above that 50 weekly SMA on the left. Yeah, it looks like it's entering a stage 2. So break down, consolidate, form a box. So I'm going to get rid of these so we can see a little bit more clearly. It's just trading in this range. It looks like it's ready to break out of the range, right?
Right.
And out of this range through volume, you know, here are your targets right here. Actually, make it simple. There's 1, there's 2, there's 3, there's 4, there's 5. Those are your 5 targets. And if you look, they're just around where all the volume shows are. So there's another one right here from, I don't know where it came from, but it looks like it's from back here somewhere. There's another target. I think they haven't passed their infrastructure bill yet, so I think we're waiting on that as a catalyst. They have earnings, it looks like in just a few days, the 28th, so 3 days. So we can get a run up to earnings. And if you look, and I'm actually gonna divert into one of my tickers that I'm gonna discuss real quick, and CLF reported earnings on Friday. And it's great, you know, they just had a great report and a bunch of volume came in, it broke out of this flag. It's, you know, it broke out of the downtrend. It was just a massive beat. And so X is in the same exact sector and industry as CLF, and they typically move the same way. I think, I'm not saying to gamble through earnings for X, but I'm saying I think that I'm pretty bullish bias that X is finally going to break out of this little box and work its way back up to these levels here on the weekly, right? Back up here where it wants to be.
Right. I'm hoping it runs up until earnings at least anyway.
Yeah, I mean, you know, you got 3 days, so if it breaks here, it can do a nice run into earnings. And then, are you in a position now?
No, I just looked at it this weekend.
Yeah, I mean, it'll give us, X is really good at giving entries, and so if it gives us an entry on Monday, we can take it. And you know, the consolidation is nice because It brings the IV down. It brings all the prices down. So yeah, I'll be watching X with you.
Okay,
Thank you for your contribution here.
thank you, thank you.
No doubt, no doubt. Let me see. MA. Mr. Hanson, what do you got? You should be able to. Okay, yeah, there you go.
All right. So MA, can you hear me?
Yes, sir.
So MA caught my attention this week with the consolidation, looking like it's triple tapping. Kind of similar to Visa. I know financials usually do good in the fall, winter months.
Mhm.
I know earnings are later this week, so, and I usually don't play earnings, so that's kind of the knock on it. But it's been making higher lows.
Mhm.
I like the last week's price action with that buying pressure pushing up on Thursday.
Mhm. Oh yeah, that little hammer right there. Yep.
Mhm.
Yep. Yep.
Yeah, everything looks good except it's waiting to break out. So yeah, I don't know if we'll get the earnings run up. I don't know if it's too early to get like the holiday fall boost, or if that's next earnings cycle typically.
Yeah, you're talking about like people buying and pretty much the same thing that affects FedEx and UPS.
Yes. Yep.
Yeah.
Credit cards getting used up.
Yeah, I agree. I don't know. Who knows if it's gonna be now or if it's gonna be after, but I think they get priced in. So I think they don't really move too much in January. I think they move now, because people know that people are gonna spend money. So they're like, yo, let's just buy the shares before they go up. So
Right.
great observation there.
So yeah, I would be looking, what was that peak a couple weeks ago, like 2 months ago now. I would be looking for it to eventually break out of this channel it's in and get back up there. I can't see what your numbers are, but
I have this one here is at 365. This one here is at 375, and then this peak up here is at 395.
so yeah, I mean that's a ton of room up if it does break out. So
Yeah. And then this thing likes to move. I mean, look at this, these two big ass candles right here. This thing likes to move when it does. So maybe we can, I would say, if anyone's in a position, go ahead and buy time on it. Or if you're thinking about a position, go ahead and buy time on it. I'm gonna wait till earnings to see what the reaction is.
so the benefit here, Visa reports Monday. I don't think this is till Thursday. So
Okay.
you can kind of play sympathy, kind of similar to CLFX, and kind of
Yeah.
see what happens if you want earnings run up. I know the weekly or the 1029. I think that I was looking at the 370.
Mhm.
It dipped on Friday and then ended up going like 100% from the dip. So I mean the contract moved pretty good.
Yeah.
So potentially I would say sit out Monday, see what it does Tuesday, maybe play it into earnings, and then go long afterwards if you like what it's doing.
Yeah. The setup is very similar. Both of them are. Now this is interesting because Visa, the 50 is above the 200 and price is above the 50. Over here on MasterCard, it's underneath the 50 is underneath the 200 and the price is underneath the 200, but it's above the 50. So this right here was a death cross right here on this day, but which is typically a wicked sign for price action, as you guys know. But it looks like it's curling and it looks like it wants to make its way back up. And let me see.
Hit the bottom of that channel, didn't go any lower.
Yeah. Let me see something real quick. Actually, the last time that we had last time this happened was down here. It had the same thing. It kind of bounced, found resistance, it looks like a quadruple tap, making higher lows the whole way. And then it finally broke out, bounced off of it as support, and then made these massive numbers. Now, and then the last time that we had the golden cross, it ran from 286 to a high of choppy, I'll admit, but it ran all the way to 401. So maybe it's looking to try to, like you said, retest those highs.
I mean, so that could be a strategy there. Just set an alert for the golden cross and get in then.
Yeah, I mean,
time on it.
Yeah, if you guys, there's a scanner inside of the the robot room. I forget what the command is. I think it's like exclamation point scanner A200 or actually it's exclamation point scanner GC. Let me see if that's it. I'm just gonna type it in real quick. GC. I don't know. Maybe it works on Mondays, but yeah. Or you can go, or you can go to Yahoo Finance and they have Golden Cross watch lists. When I first started trading, I was looking for those pretty constantly. So yeah, I mean, you know what it is not only is it a bullish signal, but a lot of algorithmic traders have automatic buys set for golden crosses. Like that's, you know, so you can play off of that. So yeah, this is another good setup. The RSI is calm. The MACD and TTM are calm. They're not too, you know, they're not too swingy. They're kind of consolidating. It looks like they're just waiting for
getting ready for earnings. Yep.
Yeah, it's just waiting for it's just waiting for the results. Let's see. Yeah, MA looks good. Visa looks good. Let's look at American Express. Yeah, AXP is different. AXP is different. Let's see. Corey, you have anything else on this?
Nope. Thanks, man.
Okay. All right, cool. Thank you. If you have anything else, if you discover anything else, please add it and go ahead and put the play in the Gold Flakes or the watch list channel for us, so we can keep an eye on it. Thank you, brother. Let's see. Dean, I was gonna call you Coach, but I'm gonna call you Dean. Do you want to talk about FedEx and AMD? Where are you? Here we go. You said no. Come on, just jump on for us real quick. Just jump on for us real quick. I want to hear your voice. Let's see. AMD's on my watch list too. All right, he don't want to jump on. FedEx. All right, so let's look at FedEx and AMD. Now, FedEx is clean. I'm actually gonna do this the right way. I'll do this. FedEx. Okay, cool. 1 week, and you guys know I'm just gonna blow through my watch list, and I'll go ahead and post it after. Now, FedEx is interesting because it did this crazy ass run starting last year, and it's just been running. It ran all the way for like looks like yeah, like 6 months or something, or 3 months or something like that, and then it did it again this year. Just ran and ran and ran. Now it finally found some resistance up at these levels, and it got knocked down. And it actually, so it's kind of scary because it looks kind of like a bear flag here, right? It's giving me bear flag vibes. The only thing I would say is the holiday season as a catalyst is typically on FedEx's side. I'm just running a seasonality scan on FedEx, and October and November are the strongest months for FedEx. December falls off completely. So maybe we have a nice bounce. Just looking at it, if we can break this previous support, which will become resistance, if we can break above that previous support, then we can start to test this previous support and this previous support. It's really tough. I mean, there's just all sellers on this, and this one candle here looks like exhaustion. It looks like just a tired ass candle. Like everyone who had it sold it. I'm gonna go ahead and put the volume on this. Yeah, I mean, look at how much volume this one candle had. You know, those are all the sellers. Everyone who sold it sold it. So we're looking for a bounce. I'm actually gonna run a fib on this too. This is how I do my analysis, guys. Just fucking all over the place. Estat will be rolling in his campsite right now if he saw me doing this. Estat's camping, by the way, guys. All right, so boom. I need it above this level, 238. I need it above 240 before I even look at it. Yeah, the 50 days pointing straight down. It's gonna act as a strong resistance. The 200 is it did a death cross, right? It did a death cross and then died. and die right after. There's a lot of selling pressure on this last day. So we got to see how Monday looks. So seasonality is good. The earnings are good. The earnings potential is good. Supply chain is not good for FedEx. FedEx business is probably suffering because of everything that's going on with the supply chain right now. I mean, they usually hire a bunch of seasonal workers, and I haven't seen anything like that yet. I know that Amazon's done it. I know that there's another company, I think Walmart's another company that's looking to hire seasonal workers. I also know that FedEx has a potential partnership with somebody. Let me go ahead and pull it up. I think they announced a partnership with somebody recently. Let's see. Hold on. Look, 11:48 on October 21st, October 22nd. Former FedEx Route senior manager sentenced to 3.25 million in stolen goods scheme. Let's see. They're talking about UPS has a lower bar to jump. FedEx up 1% since last earnings report. FedEx works along local food bank, which is nice, but not bullish, but it's nice of them. Let's see. No sales or buys for a long time, so that's good. I wish they were buying, but they're not selling, so that's good. And all the analysts, the most recent analyst action was Bank of America, upgraded to 275. So let's see. I thought above 235 take calls. So no sync. Above 235 take calls, says coach. Oh yeah, 235 is top of the triangle. Is it this? 235. Buy calls about 235. Get the 240. Get to the 237.50, whatever. If they have one of those in between strikes, I would buy time on it. They have earnings in a couple of months, so you have plenty of time to play the potential run up if there is one. Let's see, and then below 233.25, 233.25. $233.25. So it's like an inside bar kind of situation. Yeah, I mean it's already at your put level. I would take puts at the low of day if you want to play the bounce. I don't really like this chart, to be honest with you. It's not the prettiest chart. I do like this gap. So if it gets some volume, let's look at the volume on it real quick. Yeah, I mean, the volume it's like a volume flag. The biggest conviction day was on the gap down when everyone sold. There's been volume flagging, so it could be a bear flag, so maybe break of this, you can take it. Actually, this looks like a pivot machine gun to the downside. Those are all your targets right there if you want to play to the downside. Buy puts. Buy puts. Let me go ahead and no sync. And I'll share this with you guys. Yeah, coach. I mean, this is good for the downside play, I think. I'm not in love with the chart. I like charts that give me a little bit more clearer conviction, or at least have some sort of a range. I'm not in love with it right now. I think it needs to make its decision. Personally, but yeah, I mean, listen, don't let me stop you from taking it, because I stop plenty of people from making money all the time. So if you see the play, you like it, take it. Let's see, and then AMD. I have AMD on mine, so I'll do AMD, and then we'll go ahead and just get into my list real quick. If you guys have any more requests, go ahead and drop them in the chat. So AMD, what I love about AMD is, and I've noticed this for a while, is AMD likes to trade within a range. This is a weekly, yeah, okay. AMD likes to trade within a range and break out. So here we go. It traded within this range for a while and finally broke out. It traded within this range, and these are weeklies, guys. This is a weekly chart on the left. Traded within that range for a while, broke out. Traded within this range for a while, broke out. It broke out and it came back to test the range, the top of the range as support, and now it's working its way right back up. So I love the chart. I like to catch AMD when it's moving. As you guys know, we've all been guilty of, we've all been victims of AMD when it's been super choppy. So I like it. It's giving clear direction right now, right? The direction is up. Go ahead and put the moving averages on this. The direction is up, guys. There's very little volume up here. This is actually all-time high over here. And so, it's skies. It's skies at this point. It's all about conviction. The MACD is, it's losing a little bit of pressure, but it's still working its way up. Look at how high these came up. Look at how, and this is kind of where we're currently at. So we can make it easily up this high again. I think that we'll do it if we break out above 122.51. Let's look at the RSI. RSI is allegedly oversold. Allegedly overbought. However, if you guys were watching Tesla last year, Tesla was trading at 90 for like 2 months straight. So it might be AMD's turn. TTM is super bullish. Everything is just bullish on it. I think, so some people, it sold off a little bit on Friday after a gap up. So I think that, actually, let's look at Friday's price action real quick to be clear. Yeah, so Friday it gapped up and it fell down, found support at Thursday's resistance, and then worked its way back up. So it's forming kind of like a triangle on the daily, on the intraday. All right, I mean, this is going to be an easy triangle to break. Super easy triangle to break. And actually, this trend line extends to like way down here. Now, that being said, remove this. That being said, I think that we're going to touch this all-time high and then reject. Personally, I want it to come down and kind of consolidate a little bit just for a few days. They had they have oh, fuck. They have earnings in 2 days on Tuesday. They have earnings on Tuesday. So earnings is going to give you the direction. I think I'm super bullish. I wouldn't swing on it. I wouldn't swing on it because it can report great numbers and great guidance and great earnings per share and everything and go in the opposite direction. So, but if earnings are positive and the stock price goes up, then get ready. I mean, it can probably, I have a target here of 132.41. That's off of, if you look at the chart on the left, I ran some fibs on a weekly, and the 132.46 is the 2.618% Fibonacci level. So it's just a very, it's a potential future target. I mean, I can see 122, 124, 126, 128, 130, 132. Like, you just play your strikes on the way up, take profit as they come. I hope it waits. I mean, I honestly hope it waits for us, but AMD is going to be a monster. Good eyes, coach. All right, so the next one that I have on my list is APPS. What I like about APPS, and I'm going to make this super quick. APPS, the last time we discussed it, I left the analysis here. Did an inverse head and shoulders on the daily. The last time we discussed it, it was in this box. It was still in the box. Let's see. Now it looks like possible daily demand zone if we get a rapid move out, right? So it did it. Anyway, it did it. Let me just get rid of this. It broke out of that inverse head and shoulders. It broke out of the inverse head and shoulders out of the box, tested the box as support, found support on the box and on the 200-day. The 50 is about to cross the 200-day to the upside. We are near all-time high. It put in a nasty candle on Friday. However, I do see a potential Fibonacci 618 bounce. Right here's the beginning of the move. there's the end of the move. Here's a retracement, right? It looks like there's a bunch of buyers at this level, which is at the 618 level. If it breaks down below that, the next level of support I have is previous resistance here at 80. APPS, they're into all kinds of stuff, but they're known for like their masks, you know. So I'm sure they're doing other shit. I really got to do more research on it. I know that most of the market is bullish on it. I like the company. It moves the tickers, the contracts move very nicely. They have earnings coming up on the 2nd of November. Yeah, coach, AMD had a bunch of 120s, 125s, and 130s were getting bought like crazy on Thursday and Friday. So you're right where you need to be with that. Yeah, I see like a cup and hand, like a really ugly cup and handle, you know, inverse head and shoulders, bull flat, whatever you see here, it's there. Super bullish. So I'm just gonna keep it on my watch list, keep our eyes on it. We want to see this RSI level out. We want to see this kind of, you know, mellow out. We don't want to see this die. If this dies below 80, I'm going to take it off my screen for a bit. If it consolidates around this area here, then it's a go for another upside push. The next one I have is BX. I love the way this is set up right now. Wow. And I was trading it back here. Man, good times. Yeah, I love the way this is setting up. We had an all-time high back in what is this? September 17th. We pulled back heavy from that. I think BX had some involvement with Evergrande. I think Evergrande was BX. Evergrande was a large holding of BX. So you said Tesla, anyone? All right, we're gonna look at Tesla. We're gonna look at Tesla right after this. BX pulled back, found support at a previous level of support, a previous bounce level, actually a previous, looks like a demand zone over here. So we found support at a previous demand zone, broke out of it, bounced on it, and now we're making brand new, fresh all-time highs. Every single time that it pays out a dividend, it always puts in kind of like a flat day, right? So it put in a doji on that day. It put in a doji on that day. So dividend payouts are good days to enter if you want to go long. So I'm going to go ahead and I'll be watching it for dividend payout day so I can go long. There's no reason for this to slow down. They might have bought Spanx apparently. I think I heard something like that on Friday. Let's look into that a little bit more. They might have bought that company Spanx. That's right. Technically waiting for it to consolidate around 136 to take the entry. So what I mean by that is I wanted to trade in this range right here. I wanted to pull back and trade in this range right here. You know, 1 or 2 days of kind of a sideways movement. And then from there, you play 140, 142, 144, 146, blah, 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 all the way to my final target's a fib level 165 based off the trend. I like it. I would wait for it to give you a good entry. It's nice and cheap. Usually you're not going to find a lot of open interest or volume in it, but you know, trust the charts. The charts will pay you nicely with BX. Let's take a break from mine to look at Tesla. I mean, what can I say? Tesla's we're at all-time, brand new all-time high. An old fib level that I have here brings us to 9. What is it? Hold on. It brings us to I don't know where it is. Let's see where it is. It brings us, there's an old fib level that brings us to 919.86, and then another one that brings us to 946.17. So what can I say? I mean, there's no support and resistance up here. Only thing I can see is like, we're going to come back down and test this. You know, maybe we'll come back down and test this. Maybe we'll come back down and test this before we work our way back up. Let's look at intraday real quick. That was Tesla, and it has this little gap. I doubt it's going to come back to fill it. Like, there's no need for it. Tesla does what it wants. In terms of intraday, yeah, I mean, we tested that previous level as support and then worked our way back up. And now we're up here at all time, you know, consolidating at all time high. There's not much else to be said. I mean, play the 915, 920, 925, 930, all the way to 946 is my ultimate price target for Tesla. There's not really much to be said, to be honest with you. The momentum is there on a weekly. Momentum is there on the daily. RSI is hot on a weekly. It's at 75. I mean, we can go back up to 83 if we really want to, as Tesla does what it wants. You know, momentum indicators, everything on multiple time frames telling us is bullish. What I would do is I wouldn't chase it. I would just wait for an entry. You know, wait for another one of these bull flags to form right here. And I mean, I hate analyzing the past, but wait for another one of these to form. Wait for another, you know, some sort of sideways movement before you get a big move in one direction or the other, right? Yeah, let's wait for 2 days where, you know, people are like, all right, I'm bored with Tesla, let's play something else. Yeah, I mean, 1,000 is close. 1,000 is closer than you think. I don't know when it'll do it. I do not know when it'll do it. 1,000 is just right here. It's right there. It could do it. It could do it in 2 days if it wanted to, if it really wanted to. So let's just keep an eye on Tesla. I mean, we always keep an eye on Tesla. Tesla's fan favorite. All right. The next one I have on my list is, we did APP as a BX, Canon, whatever, however you pronounce it. So the reason why I like this company, this is a crypto miner based out of China, I believe. Very simple, just technical analysis, play double bottom on a daily, form the higher low, forming a bull flag above the 50 moving average, 200s all the way up here. We have a mid-range target. Let me just go ahead and set a line right there. We have a mid-range target of $10, pretty much. That's where all the previous consolidation was. The next target is with 200 days at $11. The thing with this company, you have to catch it on days like this, on these massive green days, right? These choppy days don't do much for it. Got to catch it on these green days. So let's just keep that in mind. They have earnings on December 6th, so plenty of time to catch a run up. Let's see what it does out of this bull flag. I think break the bull flag, it'll go straight to this target. Right now it's at 8.15. You get a $10 call, put some time on it, it'll be still relatively cheap. So I like the setup. Next one I have is CLF. So the reason why I wanted to mention CLF is because I called out a CLF play on the 15th. I called out a 22 call. It was 56 cents when I called it on the 15th, and it expired on Friday. Now, I was hoping to get a run up, but we didn't get the run up. And so that was one of the contracts. Now, let me tell you guys about my trading style. I do not typically set stops. I usually just buy enough that I'm like, all right, I'm going to go full position on this, and I'm willing to let this go to zero. And sometimes you're so far gone, like if you're 70% down, what are you going to do? What are you going to take back? Like, you might as well just leave it in, right? So I had conviction on CLF based on the double bottom here off the 200, forming higher lows. I saw this bounce and this consolidation, which is why I called it. They had earnings, and we were down pretty bad at this point, but they had earnings on Friday morning. They did a great earnings report, and a 22 call ended the day at $1.56. Right, so that was from 56 to $1.56. It's like 240% on this play. I'm looking for it to continue moving upward. The issue with this level now is there's not a defined risk. Like over here, you have defined risk is down here, where all this buying pressure is. That's where your risk is. But with this big green candle, you don't really have a defined risk. So you got to go into the intraday and kind of set your own. So I set a defined risk at 2284. So if we come back down to this level and we start basing, I'm probably going to buy something here, up here or even down here. I'm comfortable anywhere over here. I'm comfortable buying. If it breaks out, I'll just let it break out and we'll catch it on the next one. But I do like CLF. I like it for a continuation. It rejected at previous levels, at these levels back here. So that's why you got to keep these lines on your chart, because they'll always do you favors and show you who they are. And then for targets, I have, just keep it simple. Those are your targets. Ultimate target 26, whatever the all-time high was up here, 26.37. I would buy some time. If you are risky, then go ahead and play weeklies. Let's see. I bought a 24 call for this week. Should I likely plan to sell quickly or get something further out? Well, see how it opens up on Monday. You know, I don't like to hold weeklies typically past like Wednesday. Wednesday is like if I'm in a weekly on Wednesday, then I'm either super in profit or I'm extremely stressed out. If you're in profit tomorrow, and if you're in profit tomorrow, I would take some out. If you are not in profit or you're not in as much profit as you would like, then you know, max risk, wait till Tuesday. Let's look back at X, because X earnings is another catalyst for CLF. Yeah, X has earnings on the 28th, which is on Tuesday, Wednesday. So it's a gamble. Yeah, it's a gamble. You know, the 24 is, I think it's safe. I wouldn't swing through X earnings because X earnings might just go. I mean, we want it to go up and we think that it will based on what this did, but it might not do it. It might go in the opposite direction. So, but I think you're going to run up into X earnings, which will give you a run up in CLF. So you should be fine. I would see what it does tomorrow. And if you like the way it's moving, then hold it for another day, Tiffany. But yeah, if you're not in CLF, then take the entry above the high of day, which is 24.10. And then these are all your targets right here. And if you missed this entry, you can take this as an entry. If you got in, and you could take this to sell. You know, you do the same thing you do at all these levels. You buy or sell or watch at each of these levels. So I like CLF. Next one I have is Dash. So what I love about Dash is that it bounced off the 50 twice, and now it's consolidating. It filled this gap over here, this previous gap from this day. It made sure it filled it a bunch of times, right? And so now there's some buyers at this level. I want to see it kind of work its way back down to, I want to see it retest this one more time. Just test it one more time to see if it's a good support, give us a better price, and then we can work our way back to the top of the channel. This looks like it's just channel trading, top and down, up and down. So if you buy here, then sell it up here, right? If you like what it's doing up here and you see it doing one of these, let me pull up a path. To this path tool. Have patience, guys. All right, whatever. I'm gonna draw it because I can't find. Oh, there it is. All right. You know, it's just trading within this box. It looks like, right? Now, so you can take it up and down in the box. Once you see it start doing something like this, doing one of these, then you want to take your entry. Even if it breaks that line, it'll do something like this. It'll always do something like this. Now, it might not do it intraday. I mean, it might not do it on a daily, but it'll do it intraday. So if you like Dash, I know this is one of Jay's favorites. I know a bunch of you guys have made money playing this. I've never played Dash before, but if you like it, just watch for it. Watch for it to retest these areas up here, and watch it intraday. And Dash likes to move. I mean, look at these moves that it's made, right? So, and if it breaks down if it breaks down below this level, if it breaks down way below this level down here, over here, then go ahead and play to the downside, play back to the 50-day. So that's DoorDash. Next one I have is Disney. Disney is very simple. I just see it. I see it trading in the demand zone with earnings in 2 weeks. The monthly, so I had the monthly chart over here. It's both flagging on the monthly. The last ticker that I saw, the last couple of tickers that I saw both flagging on the monthly were Tesla and Apple earlier in the year. And I mean, you already see what Tesla's doing, and Apple's just working its way back up. So beautiful bull flag in a demand zone right here, with a good catalyst such as earnings, it can pop, right? So that's all I see on Disney. I don't think it's ready yet, but I'm gonna keep it on watch. HUT, excuse me. This is an old analysis. So double bottom, bounce, broke through a bunch of levels, and then tried all-time high. Now it's coming back down. We wanted to consolidate at this area. We wanted to consolidate above the previous resistance levels. Consolidate in this box, inside the box, around the box, never underneath, just above the box, before it can work its way back up to break this high right here. I bet you there's a bunch of sellers sitting right here. So consolidate and break with conviction, and we can see all the way up to 20. For those that don't know, HUD is a crypto miner. Super cheap. I mean, it was less than $1 last year, and now it's trading at $12. So, you know, if Bitcoin seasonality, October and November and December usually are very strong for crypto. So there's no reason why this can't see 20 by the end of the year. So keep it on your watch list. I think that's it for me. I have these flagged, but I don't think that these are ready to go. Yeah, I don't really see anything interesting here. I mean, touch of 50. Do you guys have any other tickers that you want to go over? I know we've been off for just about an hour now. I thought it was gonna be more than that, but I'm happy that we're keeping it at just an hour. If you guys have anything else, then Funko. Yeah, I saw your analysis on. I thought I saw something on Funko. So let's go look at Funko. And PFE and BAC, yes. I'm just scrolling up to your analysis on Funko. Take a look at Funko and X. Funko has earnings 11.0521, 11.19, 21.20 call, or 15 put. Okay, so the 15 put, there's your 15 and your 20 call. This is like kind of skewed to the downside, in my opinion. Actually, no. You know what? So at this previous level, the level that we're trading at right now, look at this level we're trading at right now. This is a previous bounce zone. It bounces every time it gets over here. 1, 2, 3, and then now it's forming a massive doji, bunch of buyers in this level. It did perform a death cross, but who knows what's going to happen with that death cross, right? Let's see. Yeah, their Funko. It would be very wise for them to jump into the NFT space. I mean, it's only natural. I mean, you're collectible. NFTs are collectibles. Funko makes collectibles. So why not take your collectibles to the next level and go digital? You know. So yeah, that's great. That's a great catalyst, and it's a great move for them. And I feel like it will be relatively easy for them since basically Funko gave NFTs the formula. They're like, yo, just make all these dolls that look exactly the same, but let's add a mustache, let's add a costume, let's add a hat, let's change the shoes. But it's the same exact face. So it's crazy. It's crazy when you think about it. But yeah, previous bounce level 1, 2, 3, 4 times, and then we're bull flagging on the monthly. Monthly bull flag is very nice. I bet you the 9. Let's see where the moving average is on this. Oops. Let's see what the moving average is on this. So there's no 50. Where's the 9? I need a 9. Give me a second, guys. Simple. Actually, we'll do the exponential. Yeah. The 9 is right here. 21 is right here. I feel like it's gonna consolidate. Let the 21 catch up to it. Also, while we're here, let's check seasonality on it. So I'm just in the server. And for anyone who's not a member of our server, we're running a free 7-day trial for our Gold Rush options trading server, where it's your job, if as a member, it's your job to join. Pay whatever it is that the premium costs whenever you watch this video, and then make sure that you take the trade that will pay for your month, and then just pay for your month back to back off of one of our trade ideas. There's definitely trade ideas that will pay for the year. And we're here on a Sunday night having a good time. This is what we're about. So yeah, It says September, there's no buyers on Funko. October and November, it starts picking up a little bit. December, it's November and December about even. The highest month is May. And summertime's actually really strong for Funko, but I feel like that's skewed. I feel like they're gonna get bought up as gifts for Christmas. So let's keep an eye on it. I think earnings you said was on the 4th of November. So we have a little bit of time, about a week. I mean, this is I just if this is a true demand zone, then it's just gonna bounce from here. It's very simple. I like the upside, and I would take the only thing is it doesn't move as fast as I want it to sometimes. I would take the break of 18, take it to a 19 call or a 20 call, put some time on it because it moves very, very slowly. It's Funko. The next one I see is Playboy. Okay, Playboy. So I was very bearish on Playboy. I'm gonna leave this here just in case. I'm gonna leave those lines there just in case. But Playboy, the 200 just formed a couple months ago, back in June, and Playboy has been trading around it, and it's back above it now, right? And it's testing it as support. So I think that's interesting. I do like the higher lows that it's forming. Higher lows. I like that it's above the 50 moving average. I think that I'm still, I mean, it's looking better because the 50 is curling up a little bit. And there's some buyers at this level. And let me go ahead and run a fib on this. And that level where the buyers are is at the 61.8% Fibonacci level. So I do like the price action. Playboy is one I saw NFT news on. Oh, sorry. I thought it was Funko. Well, if anyone from Funko is listening, cut the check. Yeah, Playboy is the one I saw NFT news on. Discord group for grew by 7x last week. Interesting. Oh yeah, you know what? That's right. Yeah, there was something posted in Gold Rush about it. You guys were talking about that last week. I mean, that's super smart on their behalf. And same thing. I mean, I know people that have those issues and they just collect them as art. So it's the same energy. Yeah. I mean, it's just a smart move on their behalf. Let's see. Yeah, I like the higher lows. It just created a higher high on Thursday rather. Now we just need to find our support above this 27, 28 level. And then even consolidate here, just like we did on these days, consolidate for a bit, let that 50 catch up, and then let the 50 carry us up. Break of 30, take it to 35. Playboy is very volatile, so it can give us massive moves. They had earnings on the 1st of December, so we have about a month, so you can buy some time on it. Let's see. Yeah, just bounced on a previous resistance. Bounced at a previous resistance, previous support is where it's at right now. Or no, sorry, found resistance at a previous support. And now it's finding resistance at a previous resistance. So this is just a tough level right here. This 30 is a tough level for Playboy. Uptrend, downtrend. Now it's forming that uptrend. We won't see it with full conviction until it breaks 30 personally. But yeah, this is nice. It's not bad. I'm gonna leave my lines here just in case. If anything happens and Playboy dies off, then I could be like, I told you so. Let's see, what else we got? PFE. PFE had a good news that came in over the weekend on CNBC. Actually, you know what? It wasn't good news. PFE paid CNBC to tweet some good news about them. And then they promoted the tweet. That's what it was. They did have good news coming on Friday. I'm actually going to read and see what it was. And then we're going to wrap up. We're going to do Bank of America, FUN, DWAC, and then we're going to wrap up, guys. Let's see. I forgot where I saw the news. Maybe I didn't post it. Here we go. Pfizer BioNTech says phase 3 trial data showing high efficacy of COVID vaccine booster. And also, I think on Friday it was high efficacy in the youth, ages 5 through 10 or 5 through 12 or whatever that age range is. So that's good. I mean, that's good news for them. You know, they got pretty beat up. If you look at the monthly or the weekly rather, oh no, the monthly, sorry. If you look at the monthly, then it's bounced and it's formed this kind of a hammer off the 9-month moving average, which is very nice. It's a good sign actually. And then let me just run a favor on this. Yeah, if we can stay above, I mean, we're above that 50%. So it's doing good. It's not in a bad spot. You know, above 45, I think is super bullish. Let me go ahead and bring it over here. Yeah, above 45 is super bullish. 45 just so happens to be where the 50-day is at. So the 50-day will be your initial target. Watch what it does after the 50-day, let it break. And then the next target will be 46. And then the next target will be 47, right? Play dollar for dollar. I like it. The charts are not bad. And we have momentum's growing. RSI stable. TTM is about to flip to the upside. And we have earnings in a week. So earnings could be a good catalyst for it to just move. Maybe you can play from now into earnings and then on the other side of earnings, right? If you're going to play through earnings and put some time on the contract, we don't recommend playing through earnings. You can even play the November 19th into earnings, sell it, and then buy it back and then play it into November 19th. So not a bad chart. It does kind of look like a bear flaggy, but you know, it looks like it just wants to reach for the 50. There's a lot of good news on it. Let's see how it does on dividend day. Dividend day is pretty flat. Dividend day. Yeah, mixed bag with dividends, but let's see what it does. I mean, it's forming a higher low just in general. Like it's still an uptrend in general. So let me give you some levels on it. Okay, so if you want to play it, take it above the break of 43.37, and then these are your targets. If you want maximum risk, take it above the break of the high of day at 43.19. Maximum risk. You know, break, hold, and then move up, and that's your entry. And take it, you know, swing it to the 50-day. I wouldn't be mad at you if you sold at any of these targets, but you could also just hold it and swing it to the 50-day. Let's see. Tiffany, do you want to jump on and talk about PFU real quick?
Yeah, I mean, I was looking at it based on the vaccine info. I had gotten into a call last week, but it waited. It didn't move until it went up immediately and then dropped down, and then it didn't move on Friday until you know, at the last minute. So I felt like it had good momentum, and was kind of looking to continue the play with another one. But I wanted to know where you saw it sort of breaking, and I like that. Like, don't get in until it's after it's broken the high again. I think the vaccine info is incredibly strong so it was the vaccine in kids as well as the efficacy. But I think like the kids, you know, those of us who are parents and have been like waiting to, you know, for our younger children to be able to be vaccinated. Yeah. The thoughts behind it is that this might happen before the end of the year. So I'm kind of looking to get into something short and then maybe like a longer play after earnings, like through like for like January, February.
Yeah, that's a good sentiment. I saw what you said about intraday. So what did I just? Yeah, intraday. This is a 25-minute chart. I just picked a random number. Basically, it went sideways for a bit until around lunchtime, and then it started just ripping at lunchtime. Yeah. So that's nice. And then that move that the efficacy thing is good. The kids news is much better, just like you said, because now we can send the Rugrats back to school. Right. And, you know, and now that takes a lot of pressure away from a lot of families. So I agree. I think that playing it into earnings is good. And then just like play it, wait for the report, and then if you like it, find an entry on the other side of it. You know, swinging through earnings, it's just a massive gamble, especially with biotech is like one of my least favorite sectors to play, because whenever you think it's going to do something, it does the exact opposite. And even if you prepare for the opposite, it just does nothing. So,
I know
So-
like my public health background has me like so interested in all these, you know, biotech and pharma
Yeah.
plays, but then I'm like, it's so random, but you know, like this should have been going up and it didn't. Or
Yeah.
like J&J, I was like, oh, J&J will move with Moderna, and this time it did, but half the time it doesn't, you know. And then Moderna went down and J&J still went up. Like it doesn't make sense, so it's hard.
Yeah, they're not like really subject to logic. They're more subject to sentiment. You know,
Yeah.
However people feel about it that day, that's the way it's gonna go. Yeah, and then like Corey said, they're heavy company, they're big companies, which is like they're kind of heavy, so it's hard to push all that market cap around.
Okay. That makes sense.
Everybody needs to be on board in order for it to move like that. And then like Moderna is just a smaller market cap, so it can just get, you know, it's like on a rocket ship.
Yeah, because I'm like, Moderna moves and it moves. Like these move, but they move a little slower, but they're more affordable.
Yeah. All right. Let's look at Bank
Thank
of
you.
America. No doubt. I want to hear you talk about Bank of America. So what do you see on this? It's a super clean chart, by the way.
Yeah, hold on. I'm like multitask. For BAC, it's funny because like it keeps getting all this like weird whatever, but it got a price upgrade. And it's just kind of been going. Like it dipped a little bit, but you know, when I was looking at the, you know, now that you all have me looking at the daily, I'm like, okay, it just has, you know, it's been pretty consistently going. And yeah, and I think it got a few price upgrades. So I just, you know, I need more consistent, less volatile plays. So I'm trying to get something that, you know, so it's going to get there. I don't mind waiting a little bit longer, and I just need it to not be too expensive.
Yeah, BAC is one of those bank plays that they're priced relatively well, that you can kind of load them up and trim on the way up and play upside downside. BAC is extremely strong right now. I mean, it consolidated, it did a bunch of this, you know, back with the market, like the market brought all financials down, and then they all found their support and kind of have been running ever since. Any conversation about rate hikes or inflation are really, really good for banks. It's not good for growth. It's not good for like tech, for example. It's really good for like defensive stocks such as banks, you know, or dividend yield stocks, or like real estate, you know, REITs or whatever the case is. Which is why I have BX on my list also. BX is a financial institution. But yeah, BAC, I mean, this is just super clean. Is this, where are we now? Is this all-time high for BAC? Yeah, this is all-time high. Oh, no, it's not. No, it's not. I thought it wasn't. Okay. So let me switch this to the monthly real quick. All right. Okay. Yeah, I mean, look at this just dump back in 2009. And we've just been working our way back up little by little by little by little. And this is the monthly. October, we just went nuts in October. Let me see if I can find. Okay, so there's one, there's another one, there's another one. Okay, those are your targets. Those are your targets for BAC. You know, it is a relatively slow mover. But when it moves, when it picks a direction, it looks like it just goes in that direction. And right now it's up. It looks like 50 is a magnet. Yeah, it looks like 50 is a magnet. We're $3 away from 50. You know, we tested the 50 and 100, the 100s in between these two, and we found support, and now we're just going. I don't think, they're saying inflation is transitory. I think that inflation is going to be part of the conversation for the next couple of months. I think that they're going to ease into it, saying 2022, and so that's just great for banks, right? It's good for banks. It's bad for tech. It's bad for growth. It's good for the U.S. 10-year, the yields, you know, those bond yields. So yeah, I mean, you know, whenever there's a red market day, usually banks are running. whenever there's a red, you know, a red day in the queues, usually oil financials, those are the ones that run. BAC is a great play for that.
So we got into a $50 call a long time back, and I averaged down, and it sort of like, you know, it hasn't really gone anywhere. It's at zero, but it ends this week. So I'm thinking, like, if we get any movement on it, that I should probably just get out and maybe try to buy more time. Or do you see the possibility of this moving $3?
So
And
I see-
again, I don't want to get into the whole, like, it doesn't do it till Friday, and you know.
yeah. So I see it's a 1029 50 call,
Yep,
and it's 5 cents. Now
right.
now
We got in like way higher, and you know, I managed to, haven't lost money on it. I've averaged down, and you know, so I have more. I mean, I don't have like a ton. So
Are you-
so the thing is like, so do I just like load up and think that it's going to happen, or do I try to go further out?
well, are you just about to break even?
Yes, I'm
Okay.
at break. I'm at, yeah.
So I
So-
mean, you have
Any movement in the right direction, and I'm going to start making some money.
yeah. I mean, if it continues what it did on Friday, then it's good, right? But let's see. So momentum is picking up a little bit on the MACD. The RSI is pointing up. It's relatively flat, although it's very high at 73. There's still more upside, but 73 is quite high. And then the TTM is waking back up to the upside. So momentum is there. All the banks have reported earnings, it seems, I think. Let me just double check that.
They
See,
did.
there's-
They reported last week.
Yeah, there's nobody. Let's see who's this week. I mean, Visa doesn't really count. You know, I don't know if it's gonna move the banks. Oh, we got some big earnings this week. Let's see. I don't see any more banks. Yeah, there's no more banks. So, are there? Yeah, there's no more banks. So, I mean, all the banks have reported at this point. If the consensus is that they're going to go up, and I know that a lot of the banks have received positive price targets, then we can get a nice move. The thing is, it really depends on. So I think it depends on what happens with tech. If tech starts to move crazy, then money's not going to flow into banks. Money's going to flow into tech. If money's going to flow into banks, then BAC is well positioned to make a $3 move. I mean, the $3 move, it can do it. It's actually $2.40. It can do it relatively quickly. If we look at the screen, it did like a $3 move, you know, in this week, whatever week this was. Now it needs to be like green, like back-to-back green days in order for you to be profitable. Again, same thing. I would watch it into Monday and Tuesday. If I don't want to tell you hold until the very last minute, like what happened with Cleveland Cliffs, like that. Just who knows? Who would have known that was going to happen? You know.
Okay.
If you're heavier in your position than you like to be, then I would sell some and then just leave like 2 or 3 of them or whatever, or 10 of them. I don't know how many you have, but just leave a little bit.
Mhm.
And all right, Nick, peace out, bro. So yeah, I mean, it depends on your risk level. Like if I'm in, I'm in. I didn't take that play because I wasn't really paying attention to banks last week. But now that they've reported and they're all positive, you know, on earnings, they put in a hammer. Before earnings, they put in a hammer and then just gapped. So it looks like it wants to continue like a strong upward move. Let's watch it tomorrow. I really don't know what to tell you.
Fair enough. Thank you.
No doubt. Let's see. And then I know we're gonna do FUN, and then we're gonna do DWAC, and then we're gonna call it, guys, because I'm pretty tired. So all right, FUN. What is this? I don't want this. FUN. So FUN and DWAC are, I think FUN is the company that's supporting the software move for DWAC, or something like that. So as we all know, they went crazy on Friday. And I was looking at it on Thursday. I saw some stuff, some action on it, and you know, it was like, I don't know, man. It was like 3:58 in the afternoon, and I'm like, do you guys want to have fun? Like that, like that's not a call out. That's just terrible, right? But for anyone who got it, you would have got it at $1.53 and you could have sold it at like, I don't know, $10 or something like that. Let's see what it was at intraday. Yeah, I mean, you could have sold it anywhere over here, you know, on this first candle, and even holding it, you're still good. You're still up 500% or 300% from the initial mention. Now they don't have contracts. Do they have contracts? Let's see. I don't think that they do. Let's see. I don't think that FUN. Yeah, FUN doesn't have contracts. FUN is just common stocks. So if you like it, buy it. You know, this looks like. Are you expecting somebody? Oh, this looks like it looks kind of like a pump and dump pattern. Although I will say it's making higher lows. If the news is real and they are developing something for the Trump organization, then yeah, this can become a real stock. But right now, it's still a fake stock to me. So you just buy it and play the volatility. Now, the only one thing I'll say is this is a massive pivot, a massive machine gun. I mean, it's not the cleanest, but you know, those are your targets on this, right? Those are your targets. Now, let's see. I'm just reading through the comments. Friday, I played the math in my head of 1K into DWAC and flipping into FUN and back into DWAC. So you were playing the options profit calculator. I thought DWAC contracts are coming soon. I think DWAC contracts are already out. I think they're already out. I'm gonna double check that actually. Let's see. Let's see if they're out or not. Barchart.com. Options. Actually, could just do DWAC. Do they have options? No, they don't have options yet. Let's just double check. All right, Candace, have a good night. Let's see. We're gonna call it after this, guys. Optionable. Yes, they are optionable. They have options. So, all right, Corey. I'll see you tomorrow. So FUN. I mean, you know, let it find support. Let it find support where it is. Let's go to 30-minute. Let's go to this month. Okay, let it find support somewhere if you want it, and then just buy it and put time on it, right? Like put time on it. Shares have unlimited time, so buy time and chill, and don't sell it when it comes back down. If you're gonna buy shares, you have to hold on for dear life, right? And just buy them and just have patience and buy enough that it's not gonna bother you that you want to put the money into options. Just buy it and chill, right? Buy $100, buy $50, $200, whatever you want. I don't like it. I hate gaps like these. This is a clear pump and dump. If you want to play it, wait till it comes all the way back down to 62 cents and then load up on it. Yeah, I don't really got much else to say about it. DWAC, it's I mean, this is, I don't know what to do with this. It's a SPAC. Obviously, we know what the news is. Break above 90.20, take it to 109. Break above 109, take it to 135. I don't know if it's going to have the same volatility that it had on the past couple of days. I don't know if it's going to have the same move, right? The same move. Right now, I see a potential flag. I'm just going to draw it from here. And I see a kind of a support level right here. So let's see what it does out of this little flag right here, out of this pennant. I can't give you like, I really can't give you any direction on this. Take the break of the flag, take the break of the flag out of into the fib level, or take it into this level here, this level here, this level here. If you like the upside, those are your targets. If you like the downside, then take it from the break of this support right here, this bottom of the support right here, and just take it back down to these levels. Yeah, I mean, but look at this. The range of this play is 41.97 to 170. Like, I don't even know. I don't even know what to tell you. Like look at the range on this day. It was 168, and the low was $70 in 1, 2, 3 in an hour and a half, from 168 to $70. Right. So all I can say is have fun. There's nothing else I can say. All I can say is have fun. For anybody who is not a member of our server, you can go ahead and visit goldrushgang.net. There's all kinds of cool stuff on this website. It looks good on mobile. It looks good on desktop. Go ahead and click join us. We have 3 tiers. The top tier is full access. Let's start from the bottom. So Fun Pass is free. Try us out, 7 days. Do it. Join ASAP. Don't waste any more time, just like Corey said. It's not an app. It's not an app. No, this is the website. It's not an app. Not yet. Not yet. The 14K Gold is full access to the Gold Rush AI suite, which is our full algorithm suite, which includes our robot room, our swing trade bot, unusual whales, and then news and tech feed. And you also have access to Flow algo, Trading Ticks Flow, call sweeps, golden sweeps, bullseye, scalp ideas, dark pool, and breaks. And I believe you also have access to S's golden alerts with this 14K Gold. The 18K Gold is access to our premium Twitter feed. Is basically our, you get the Twitter, you get access to Twitter, you get access to our gold mine, which is just all of our play ideas. That's for anybody who already knows options, who's comfortable, and who just wants to have an extra source of plays, right? Rippy mode, right? And then, yeah, I mean, if you know how to play it and you see a potential, it's just a feed of trade ideas. If you like it, take it, right? That's 18K Gold. And our 24K Gold is our premium membership. The current price is $75 a month, $750 annually. And it is your job with full access to our server. We open everything up to you, and it's your job to make one play that'll give you $75 worth of profit, or a play that'll give you $750 worth of profit for you to play, pay for the month, to pay for the year. And after that, you're in free, right? Think of it that way. So meet us halfway, spend the money with us, and you'll make the money back. We've made that CLF play, one contract would have paid your monthly, right? Or any of Tony's 1000% plays would have paid your annually. So that's it, guys. Thank you so much for joining us for the weekly watch list. We'll see you in the server, and yeah, have a good night, guys. Thank you.